Welcome, Coyote and Barra engine fans. This is going to be a weird video. So, I'm driving my wife's Model 3. Just a couple of comments. My wife's Tesla Model 3. First things first. I thought I would miss the sound of a V8 or a great sounding engine a lot more than I do, but quite frankly, I don't. This car is amazing. I really wish Ford would be smart and just make an electric Mustang using the chassis of that Mach E. Again, Ford, the Mustang is a two-door sports coupe. 2+2. It is not a fat SUV. And I'm just going to go back to the 1950s and talk about a car called the Thunderbird, which was essentially the precursor to the Mustang. All right, the first Thunderbird sold like hotcakes, and it was a two-door. And along comes Robert McNamara, and he says, "You know what? If this thing had four doors, it would sell a lot more." And so guess what they did? They made a four-door Thunderbird, and that did sell like hotcakes. Okay? It was considered a success. As long as you don't look at it in history, it isn't a success because they don't make a Thunderbird today. Ford, you aren't making a freaking Thunderbird. Think about that for just a second. So are you after, success to get you through this quarter? Hey, I get it, man. You're worried about Tesla eating you for lunch, and you should. Because this car is dynamite. But it has nothing to do with its four doors. And if you go and make a Mustang that is an SUV because you're wimps and idiots and can't figure out how to sell, that's really what this is. You can't figure out how to sell anything but SUVs and trucks, then you are really missing the boat. The long and short of it is you're going to ruin an iconic nameplate by watering it down, just like they did the Thunderbird. The Thunderbird became this, who knows what it was. I mean, I could go down the list of things it has been. Let's talk about yearly. I get together with a bunch of people on Summit Racing's, at Summit in Akron. They have this yearly Mustang show, and everybody sits around, and the 74 to 78 Mustangs have their own row. Okay, it's a very short row. And you can see it. You can see the look on everybody's face. That's not a Mustang. But I'm going to make a prediction. All right? The moment the Mach E starts shipping, the moment these SUV-like Mustangs start rolling around and zipping by, no doubt they're going to perform like this thing, which is phenomenal. You're going to see a whole class of Mustang owner treat those 74 to 78 Mustangs. They will suddenly be Mustangs again. They will not be Mustang IIs. That's actually the quiet insult at Mustang shows. Nobody wants to say it, but it's like, well, those aren't real Mustangs. Those were Pintos in drag. They're going to be Mustangs again because they are going to be the configuration of a Mustang, even if they were kind of tiny little cars. So back to this Model 3. What an amazing car. I mean, I can't believe how civilized and awesome it is, and just how quick it is. How fun it is. And it's got a lot of great features. I love them. I love the auto update feature where it basically downloads new software updates whenever, and you suddenly get new features. I don't like the fact that it's missing a row of buttons and knobs. If you've never driven one, they've got a big display in the center here. I'm pointing to the bottom half of it. Big mistake in my eyes, making a car that you can't, grab the radio controls when you need to. What else? I'm trying to think of things I don't like. There's very few things I don't like about this car. I mean, it's, if it were a two-door sports coupe with the Mustang logo, I'd love it. I'll tell you that right now. I gotta hold this down because we are gonna move. Stuff is disappearing behind me. So I love everything about it. I really do. the only things that are very minor and annoying are these buttons across the bottom missing. You know, no buttons or knobs across the bottom of the screen. I don't like the Bluetooth key fob type stuff that it does. Basically, your key for the car is your phone, and sometimes it doesn't recognize you when you walk in and use it. So that I don't care for. Man, it's not a big list. They did it right. So my prediction for Ford and actually all the automotive manufacturers is you're going to see these massive displays and all of the controls move to a flat screen display like Tesla did, because Tesla did it, and that's a great idea. And actually, that's one of the things I hate about the car. It doesn't have any controls that you can just grab. You can press buttons and find the controls. It's just that when you're driving down the road, trying to find the, open the glove box button or whatever the hell it is that they've hidden in the screen, you're in for, some inconvenience. And I guarantee you the automotive manufacturers are going to miss this. The marketing people will just see that screen and think, wow, that's wonderful. So we're in for a whole decade or so of these big ass displays in the middle of the dashboard, and sort of an Art Deco like look that this dashboard has. That I guarantee you, because no one will get that what's cool about a Tesla is the fact that it's a usable electric car with, they've done it all right. They've done everything right. From a car perspective, not that it has this massive display, but that it has all of these electric features and is a usable car and is, just wonderful. They'll get all that wrong because they can make something that looks like this. And I think that's sad. Anyways, I'm headed to Harbor Freight to buy a couple of tools for my Barra project, and couldn't help but make some commentary about things I don't like about the Tesla Model 3, and talk to Ford again and say, hey guys, the Mustang is an iconic two-door sports coupe, always has been, and when you do this, you're going to throw that away. And at that Summit car racing show that I go to yearly, there's going to be a row of Mach E's, maybe 4 the first year, and after that 10, who knows, and a bunch of Mustang owners looking at them like they used to look at Mustang 2s. But the good news for Mustang 2, guys, your cars are going to be Mustangs again. Anyways, thanks for tuning in.